to help us celebrate the class of 22. And so the ATs have been in London, if that's why you haven't seen them around HPAC. But so they want to show you a little bit of what they've been working on over there. We're going to see sonnets, we're going to see scenes, and we're going to see some monologues. Primarily, we're going to see a lot from Cymbeline, which is one of the problem plays, until these guys fixed it. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you, Gavin and Caroline.
Good morrow, Kate. For that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Catherine, that do talk of me.
You lie. In faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the greatest. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in all of Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate, for dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this in, Kate of my consolation. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs. Myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first, you were immovable.
Oh, why? What's immovable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Answers are made to bear, and so are you.
Oh, well, women are made to bear, and so are you.
Oh, no such jade as you with me, you mean?
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee but to be young and light.
Oh, too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should be? Should buzz?
Well tame, and like a buzzer.
Oh, come, you wasp, if faith you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy is then to pluck it out.
I, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
Oh, what with my tongue in your tail? Come again, good Kate, for I am a gentleman.
I'll try.
I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you use your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman, and if no gentleman, why then, no arms.
Come, Kate, come. You must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
You are withered.
'Tis with care.
I cannot.
Nay, here you Kate, and suits this Kate, not so.
I shake you if I bury. Let me go.
Oh, not a whit. Thou must be married to no man but me. For I am born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine for my wife. Next we have Avery.
And Julia McFarland
In 12 lines.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me. I will answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty, I pray you. Tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I've taken great pains to con it. Good beauty, let me sustain no scorn. Very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say a little more than I have studied, and that question is out of my part. Good madam, Give me modest assurance, if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
I do not usurp myself, I am.
No, certain. You are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to return. Thus, this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise and show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
I've taken great pains to con it, and 'tis poetical.
Surely you must have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
Most sweet lady, my
Comfortable doctor, much legal said it. Where is your text?
in Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, regret. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are not out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look, sir, such a one I was this present. Is't not well done?
Excellently done. If God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
Most certain. 'Tis beauty truly blent, whose nature's own red and white, sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be labeled, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item. 2 lips, indifferent red. Item. 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item. 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, so you were crowned the non-paray of beauty.
The Lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and a dimension in the shape of nature, a gracious person, but yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
Next up, we have a sonnet.
By Hallie Friedman.
That you were once unkind befriends me now. And for that sorrow which I then did feel, needs must I under my transgression bow, unless my nerves were brass or hammered steel. For if you were by my unkindness shaken as I by yours, you've passed a hell of time. And I, a tyrant, have no leisure taken to weigh how I once suffered in your crime. Oh, that our night of woe might have remembered. My deepest sense how hard true sorrow hits, and soon to you as you to me then tendered the humble salve which wounded bosoms fits. But that your trespass now becomes a fee. Mine ransoms yours, and yours must ransom me. Up next, we have Gavin and Brandon in Symphony!
Had I admittance and opportunity, I should gain ground upon your fair mistress. Make her go back even to the yield.
No, you are a great deal abused in too bold a persuasion, and I doubt not you sustain what you're worthy of by your attempt.
Oh yeah, what's that?
A repulse, though your attempts deserve more. A punishment too.
I will lay you 10,000 ducats to your ring net. Commend me to the court where your lady is, with no more advantage than the opportunity of a second conference. And I will bring from her that honor of which you imagine so reserved.
Oh, will you?
I.
My mistress exceeds in goodness the hugeness of your unworthy thinking. I will wage against your gold my ring. I dare you to this match.
By the gods, it is what? If I bring you no sufficient testimony that I have enjoyed the dearest bodily parts of your mistress, my 10,000 ducats are yours, your diamond too. If I come off her and leave her with such honor as you have trust in, she your jewel, that your jewel, and my gold are yours.
I embrace these conditions. Only thus far you shall answer. If you make voyage upon her, and give me directly to understand you have prevailed, I am no further your enemy. She's not worth our debate. If she remain unseduced, for your ill opinion and the assault you have made to her chastity, you shall answer me with your sword.
Your hand at covenant. We will have these things set strong and straight away for Britain, lest our bargain should catch cold and starve. I will fetch my gold and have our 2 wages recorded.
Agreed.
Next up we have Mary,
Rachel,
and Ben in
Romeo and Juliet.
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears?
Yes, let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weeps not so much for his death, as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
Which villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Villain? And he be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do with all my heart. Yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. But now I bring thee joyful tidings, girl.
Well, joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well, well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy, that thou expect not, nor I looked not for.
That in happy time. What day is that?
Mary, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder, at this haste that I must wed, ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you tell my lord and father, madam, I shall not marry yet. And when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
How now? A conduit girl? What? Still in tears? Ever more showering? Let me deliver to her our decree.
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft! Take me with you. Take me with you, wife. How? Will she none? Doth she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have brought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How now? How now, chump logic? What is this? Proud, and I thank you. And I thank you not, and yet not proud. Mistress minion you, thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints 'gainst Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion! Out, you baggage, you devil face!
Fine, what are you, mad? Father, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage! Disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church, O Thursday, or never after look me in the face.
Sir!
Speak not, reply not, do not answer me! My fingers itch! Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God had lent us but this only child, but now I see that this one is one too much. Out on her, Hildy!
You are too posh.
God's bread, it makes me mad! Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play, alone, in company, still like there have been to have her matched. And having provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair domains, youthful, nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honorable parts, and to have a wretched, puling fool to answer, I'll not wed. I cannot love. I am too young. Pray you, pardon me. But as you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me.
Is there no pity? Sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief. Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week. Or if you do not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll speak not a word. Do as thou wilt. I have done with thee.
Now, a sonnet from Miriam.
When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see the brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime, and sable curls and silvered o'er with white, when lofty trees I see barren of leaves, which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summer's green all girded up in sheaves, borne on the bier with white and bristly beard, then of thy beauty do I question make, that thou among the wastes of time must go, since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake, and die as fast as they see others grow. And nothing against time's scythe can make defense, save breed, to brave him when he takes thee hence. Alex and Julia Murphy in
Macbeth!
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? Look out!
Alack, I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss him. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I've done the deed. Dost thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
What?
Now.
Is I descended?
I-
Hark! who lies in the second chamber.
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say, a sorry sight.
This one did laugh in sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers, and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen.
Considering not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep, the ensign sleep. Sleep that knits up the rabbit sleeve of care. The balm of each day's life, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried sleep no more to all the house. Glums hath murdered sleep, and therefore Condor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Was it not thus cried? Why, worthy thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleeping rooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on't again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. Give me the dagger. If he do bleed, I'll smear the sleeping rooms with blood, for it must seem their guilt.
What is that knocking? How is't with me, when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ah, they pluck out mine eyes! Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This, my hand, shall rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Is
Mary
and Abby
and Hallie
in
Cymbeline.
Now, Doctor, have you brought those drugs?
Pleaseth your highness. Aye. Here they are, madam. But I beseech your grace, without offense, my conscience bids me ask, wherefore have you commanded of me those most poisonous compounds, which are the movers of a languishing death, but so slow, deadly?
I wonder, doctor, thou asked me such a question. Have I not been thy pupil long? I will try the forces of these thy compounds on creatures we count not worth the hanging, but none human.
Your highness shall from this practice but make hard your heart. Besides, the seeing these effects will be both noisome and infectious.
Oh, content thee. Here's a flattering rascal. Upon him will I first work. He is for his master, an enemy to my son. How now, Bassanio? Doctor, your service for this time is ended. Take your own way.
I do suspect you, madam, but you shall do no harm.
Hark thee! A word?
I will not trust one of her malice with a drug of such damned nature. Though she will stupefy the sense a while. But there is no danger in which show of death it makes. She will be fooled with a most false effect, and I the truer, to be false with her.
No further service, doctor, until I send for thee.
I humbly take my leave.
Weeps she still, say'st thou? Dost thou think in time she will not quench and let instructions enter where folly now possesses? Do thou work. When thou hast told me she loves my son, I will tell thee there on the instant, thou art as great as is thy master, greater. Thou takest up thou knowst not what. Oh, but take it for thy service. It is a thing I made, which hath the king of 5 times been redeemed even from death. I do not know what is more cordial. Nay. Fare thee well, Pisonia. Think on my words.
Oh, when to my good lord I prove untrue, I'll choke myself. There's all I'll do for you. Next, we have Caroline in As You List.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy. And he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. Oh, it is a pretty youth. And not very pretty. But sure, he's proud. And yet his pride becomes him. He is not very tall. For his years, he's tall. His leg is but so-so. And yet he is well. Oh, there was a pretty redness in his lip. A little rapper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. 'Twas just the difference between the constant red and mingled dampness. There be some women, Sylvius, had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. And yet, I have more cause to hate him than to love him. What did he to do to shot at me? I marvel that I answered not again. But that's all one. Omittance is no quittance. I'll write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvius? Up next, we have Brandon and Abby in Comedy of Errors. And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office, shall Antipholus? Even in the spring of love thy love spring wrought? Shall love and building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or, if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's orator. Look sweet, be fair, become disloyalty. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false. What need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to truant with your bed and have her read it in thy looks that board. Shame hath a bastard fame well managed. Ill deeds are doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor women. Make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister. Cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is, else I know not, nor by which wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge, in your grace, you show not than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthy gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak. The folded meaning of your words' deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me, then into your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train in gods, mermaid, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take them, and there lie. And in that glorious supposition think he gains by death that hath such means to die. Let love being life be drowned if she sink.
What, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How? No.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being mine.
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
As your two wings, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister.
That's my sister!
No, it is thyself. Mine own self's better part. Mine eye's clear eye, my dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, my sweet head's aim. My soul is heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister sweet. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Stop there! Hold you still! I'll fetch my sister and give her goodwill! We have Rachel
And
Sam and Stanley!
Continues well, my lord. His health, beseech you.
Well, madam.
Is he disposed to mirth? I hope he is.
Exceeding pleasant. None a stranger there so merry and so gamesome. He is called the Britain Reveller.
When he was here, he did incline to sadness, and oft times not knowing why.
I never saw him sad. There's a Frenchman, his companion, one an eminent monsieur, that it seems much loves a galleon girl at home. She furnishes the thick sighs from him, whiles the jolly Briton, your lord, I mean, laughs from his free lungs, cries, "Oh, can my sides hold? To think that man who knows by history, report, or his own proof what woman is, yea, what she cannot choose but must be, will his free hours languish for assured bondage?"
Will my lord say so?
Aye, madam, with his eyes in flood with tears. It is a recreation to be by and hear him mock the Frenchman. But heavens knows some men are much to blame.
Not he, I hope.
Not he, but yet heaven's bounty towards him might be used more thankfully, for I am bound to pity too.
What do you pity, sir?
Two creatures heartily.
Am I one, sir? You look on me. What wreck discern you in me deserves your pity?
Lamentable. What, to hide me from the radiant sun, and solace in the dungeon by a snuff?
I pray you, sir, deliver with more openness your answers to my demands. Why do you pity me?
That others do. I was about to say, enjoy your hus. But 'tis an office of the gods to venge it, not mine to speak on it.
You do seem to know something of me, or what concerns me. Pray you, discover to me what both you spur and stop.
Had I this cheek to bathe my lips upon, this hand whose touches, every touch would force the feeler's soul to the oath of loyalty, this object which takes prisoner the wild motion of mine eye, fixing it only here, should I, damn then, slaver with lips as common as the stairs that mount the Capitol, join grapes with hands made hard with hourly falsehood as with labor, then, by peeping in an eye base and illustrious as the smoky light that's fed with stinking tallow, it were fit that all the plagues of hell should at one time encounter such revolt.
My lord, I fear has forgot Britain.
And himself. Not I, inclined to this intelligence, pronounce the beggary of this change, but 'tis your grace's charms this report out.
Let me hear no more.
Oh, dearest soul, your cause doth strike my heart with pity, that doth make me sick. A lady so fair and fastened to an emperor would make the greatest king double. Be revenged, for she that bore you was no queen, and you recoil from your great stock.
Revenged? How should I be revenged? If this be true, as I have such a heart that both mine ears must not in haste abuse, if this be true, how should I be revenged?
Should he make me lie like Diana's priest betwixt cold sheets, whilst he is vaulting variable ramps in your despite upon your purse? Revenge it. I dedicate myself to your sweet pleasure, more noble than that runagate to your bed, and will continue fast to your affection, still close as sure.
What hope is on you?
Let me my service tender on your lips.
Away! I do condemn mine ears that have so long attended thee. If thou wert honorable, thou wouldst have told this tale for virtue, not for such an end thou seekst, as base, as strange. Oh, the king, my father, shall be made acquainted of thy assault. What hope is on you?
Oh, happy Posthumus! I may say the credit that thy lady had of thee deserves thy trust, and blessed live you long. Oh, worthy lady, give me your pardon. I have spoke this to know if your affiance were deeply rooted, and shall make your lord that which he is, new or...
You make amends?
He sits amongst men like a descended god. He hath the kind of honor sets him off more than a mortal seeming. Be not angry, most mighty princess, that I have adventured to try your taking a false report. The love I bear him made me defame you thus, but the gods made you, unlike all others, chafeless. Pray your pardon.
All's well, sir. Take my power, the court for yours.
My humble thanks. Up next, we have Scott and Miriam in Measure for Measure.
But mark me, to be received plain, I'll speak more gross. Your brother is to die.
So,
Admit no other way to save his life, that you, his sister, finding yourself desired of such a person, whose credit with the judge or own great place, could fetch your brother from the manacles of the all-building law, and that there were no earthly mean to save him, but that either you must lay down the treasures of your body, it is supposed, or else to let him suffer. What would you do?
As much for my poor brother as myself. That is, were I under the terms of death, the impression of keen whips I wear as rubies, and strip myself to death as to a bed that longing hath been sick for, ere I yield my body up to shame.
Then must your brother die.
And 'twere the cheaper way. Better it were a brother died at once, than that a sister, by redeeming him, should die forever.
Were not you, then, as cruel as the sentence you have slandered so?
Ignominy and ransom and free pardon are of two houses. Lawful mercy is nothing kin to foul redemption.
You seemed of late to make the law a tyrant, and rather prove the sliding of your brother a merriment than a vice.
pardon me, my lord. It oft falls out. To have what we would have, we speak not what we mean. I something do excuse the thing I hate, for his advantage that I dearly love.
We are all frail.
Else let my brother die. If not a fettery, but only he owe and succeed thy weakness.
Plainly conceive. I love you.
My brother did love Juliet, and you tell me that he shall die for it.
I shall not, Isabel, if you give me love.
I know your virtue hath a license in it, which seems a little fouler than it is to pluck on others.
Believe me, on mine honor, my words express my purpose.
Little honor to be much believed, and most pernicious purpose. Seeming. I will proclaim thee, Angelo. Look for it. Sign me a present pardon for my brother, or with an outstretched throat, I'll tell the world aloud what man thou art.
Who will believe thee, Isabel? My unsoiled name, the austereness of my life, my vows against you, and my place in the state will so your accusation overweigh that you shall stifle in your own report and smell of calumny. Fit thy consent to my sharp appetite. Lay by all nicety and prolixious blushes that banish what they sue for. Redeem thy brother by yielding up thy body to my will. Or else he must not only die the death, but thy unkindness shall his death draw out to lingering sufferance. Answer me tomorrow. Or, by the affection that now guides me most, I'll prove a tyrant to him. As for you, say what you can. My false or ways your true.
To whom should I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me? Oh, perilous mouths that bear in them one and the self-same tongue! I'll to my brother, though he hath fallen by prompture of the blood, yet hath he in him such a mind of honor, that had he 20 heads to tender down on 20 bloody blocks, he'd yield them up before his sister should her body stoop to such abhorred pollution. Then, Isabel, live chaste, and brother die. More than our brother is our chastity. I'll tell him yet of Angelo's request, and fit his mind to death, for his soul's rest. Next we have Hallie, Sam, and a good portion of our company in Richard III.
Stay! You that bear the course, and set it down.
What black magician conjures up this fiend to stop devoted charitable deeds?
Villains! Set down the course, or by St. Paul, I'll make a course of him that disobeys. My lord, stand back and let the coffin pass. Oh, man or dog, Stand thou when I command. Advance thy halberd higher than my breast, or by St. Paul I'll strike thee to my foot and spurn upon thee, beggar, for thy boldness.
Are you all afraid? Alas, I blame you not, for you are mortal. And mortal eyes cannot endure the devil. Avaunt, thou dreadful minister of hell. Thou hadst but power over his mortal body. His soul thou canst not have. Therefore be gone.
Sweet saint, for charity, be not so cursed.
Foul devil, for God's sake hence and trouble us not. For thou hast made the happy earth thy hell, filled it with cursing cries and deep exclaims. If thou delight to view thy heinous deeds, behold this pattern of thy butcheries. Oh, shall we see? See dead Henry's wounds open their congealed mouths and bleed afresh. Blush, blush, thou lump of foul deformity, for 'tis thy presence that exhales this blood from cold and empty veins where no blood dwells.
Lady, you know no rules of charity, which renders good for bad, blessings for curses.
Villain, thou know'st no law of God nor man, no beast so fierce but know some touch of pity.
But I know none, and therefore am no beast.
Oh, wonderful when devils tell the truth.
More wonderful when angels are so angry. Vouchsafe divine perfection of a woman, of these supposed crimes, to give me leave by circumstance but to acquit myself.
Vouchsafe diffused infection of a man, of these known evils but to give me leave by circumstance to curse thy cursed self.
By such despair I should accuse myself.
And by despairing shouldst thou stand excused for doing worthy vengeance on thyself, that didst unworthy slaughter upon others.
Say that I slew them not.
Why then they are not dead, but dead they are, and devilish slave by thee.
I did not kill your husband.
Why then he is alive.
Nay, he is dead and slain by Edward's hands.
In thy foul throat thou liest. Queen Margaret saw thy murderous falchion smoking in his blood, the which thou once didst bend against her breast, but that thy brothers beat aside the point.
I was provoked by her slanderous tongue, that laid their guilt upon my guiltless shoulders.
Thou wast provoked by thy bloody mind that never dreamt on aught but butcheries. Didst thou not kill this king?
I grant ye, yea.
Dost grant me, hedgehog? Then God grant me too. Thou mayest be damned for that wicked deed. Oh, he was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
The fitter for the King of heaven that hath him.
He is in heaven, where thou shalt never come.
Let him thank me that hope to send him thither, for he was fitter for that place than earth.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes, one place else, if you will hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber?
Ill rest betide the chamber where thou liest.
So will it, madam, till I lie with you.
I hope so.
I know so.
Up next we have
Avery
and Julia McFarland
in
Cymbeline.
That part thou, Pisanio, must act for me, if thy faith be not tainted with the breach of hers. Let thine own hands take away her life. I shall give thee opportunity at Milford Haven. You have my letter for the purpose where, if thou fail to strike and make me certain it is done, thou art the pander to her dishonor. and equally to me, disloyal.
What shall I need to draw my sword? But the paper hath cut her throat already. What cheer, madam?
False to his bed? What is it to be false? To lie and watch there and think on him? To weep twixt clock and clock? That's false to his bed, is it?
Alas.
I false? Oh, thy conscious witness, Iachimo! Thou didst accuse him of incontinency, thou then lookst like a villain. Now methinks thy favor's good enough. Oh, some jay of Italy whose mother was her painting hath betrayed him. Oh, men's vows are women's traitors.
Did not hear me.
Come, son. Be thou honest. Do thou thy master's bidding. Look, I draw the sword myself. Take it, and hit the innocent mansion of my love, my heart. Fear not, 'tis empty of all things but grief. Thy master is not there who was indeed the riches of it. Do his bidding, strike!
Bodily instrument, thou shalt not dare my hand!
Why, I must die. Yet against self-slaughter there is a prohibition so divine that cravens my weak hand. Come, here's my heart. The lamb entreats the butcher. Where is thy knife? Prithee, dispatch!
Gracious lady! Since I received command to do this business, I have not slept one wink.
Do it! And to bed then.
I'll wake mine eyeballs blind first!
Wherefore then didst undertake it? Why hast thou abused so many miles with a pretense? This place? Why hast thou gone so far?
But to win time, to lose so bad employment, in the which I have considered of a course. Good madam, hear me with patience do. It cannot be but that my master is abused. Some villain, I am singular in his art, hath done you both this cursed injury.
Some Roman courtesan.
No, in my life. I'll give but notice you are dead and send him some bloody sign of it, for 'tis commanded I should do so. You shall be missed at court, and that will well confirm it.
Good fellow, what shall I do? Where bide? How live?
Lucius the Roman comes to Milford Haven tomorrow. Now, if you could but disguise yourself to him, you should tread a sweet course, pretty and full of view, yea, happily, near the residence of Posthumus.
Oh, for such means I would adventure.
Well then, here's the point. You must forget to be a woman. Change command into obedience, fear and niceness into a waggish courage.
Oh, I can see into the end and I'm almost a man already.
First, make yourself but like one. For noble Lucius, present yourself, desire of his service. With joy he will embrace you, for he's honorable and doubling that most holy.
This attempt I am soldier to, and will abide it with a prince's courage.
My noble mistress, here is a box. I had it for the queen. What's in it is precious. If you are sick at sea or stomach calmed on land, a dram of this will drive away discomfort. To some shade, and fit you to your manhood. May the gods direct you to the best.
Amen. I thank thee. Away, I prithee.
Up next, we have Alex Simmons doing a sonnet.
When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least. Yet in these thoughts, myself almost despising, haply I think on thee, and then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. And up next, we have Mary and Scott in Cymbeline.
But soft! What are you that climbing thus, some villain mountaineers? I have heard of such. Thou art a lawbreaker, a robber, a villain! Yield thee, thief!
To who? To thee? What art thou? Thou art some fool. I am loath to beat thee.
Thou injurious thief, hear but my name, and tremble. What be thy name? Clotin, thou villain.
Clotin, thou double villain, be thy name. I cannot tremble at it. Were it toad or adder, spider, 'twould move me sooner.
To thy further fear, nay, to thy mere confusion, thou shalt know I am son to the queen.
I'm sorry for it, not seeming so worthy as thy birth.
Art not afeared?
Those I reverence, those I fear. The wise, at fools I laugh, not fear them.
Die the death! When I have slain thee with my blood hand, I'll follow those that even now fled hence, and on the gates of Bloodstown set your heads! Yield, rustic mountaineer!
Hi. Up next we have me, Ben, in
As you like it.
Mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from exile than the envious court? Here we feel but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference as the icy fang, and churlish striding of the winter's wind, which when it bites and blows and even till I shrink with cold, I smile and say, this is no flattery. These are counselors that vehemently persuade me what I am. And this, sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. And this, our life exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees. Books in the running brooks. Sermons in stones. And good in everything. I would not change it.
It is not the fashion to see the lady the epilogue, but it is no more unhandsome than to see the lord the prologue.
'Tis true. Good plays need no epilogue, and good plays prove the better by the help of good epilogues.
What a case am I in then? That a man may be no epilogue, nor cannot insinuate with you on behalf of a good play. I am not furnished like a beggar. Therefore, to beg will not become of me.
My way is to conjure you. And I'll begin
with the women. I charge you, O women, for the love you bear to men, like as much of this play as please you.
And I charge you, O men, for the love you bear to women, as I perceive by your simpering none of you hate them, that between you and the women the play may please.
If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that pleased me, complexions that liked me, and breaths that I defied not.
And I am sure as many as have good beards, or good faces, or sweet breaths will, for my kind offer, when I make curtsy,
Bid ye